India is currently the second most populous country in the world, with over 1.2 billion people, but is projected to surpass China by 2025. India has one-third the land mass of the United States, comprised of 28 different states and 7 union territories. The national language of India is Hindi, but there are 18 official languages and hundreds of other dialects. According to the Constitution of India, the nation is a secular republic. Indian citizens are free to follow any religion and faith. However, Christianity is not well accepted in the society. To this day, Christianity is regarded as a Western religion. India has created a platform for many religions from all over the world, the main ones being Hinduism, Islam, Sikhism, Buddhism, Jainism, and Christianity. Over 82% of Indians practice Hinduism, 12% practice Islam, 2.5% practice Christianity, 2% practice Sikhism, and 1.5% practice other religions. Of the nearly 3% Christians, less than 1% are truly born again. Hinduism, being the most prevalent religion, is based on the worship of over 33 million gods and goddesses. The central pillar of Hinduism is founded on the assumption that good works produce favor with God. Yearly, the Hindus go on a pilgrimage to holy temples all around India for the sake of achieving nirvana in the cycle of rebirth. The difficulty lies in reconciling Hindus to the concept of worshiping one supreme God and having a personal relationship with Him. While India is economically and culturally thriving, it is spiritually barren and ripe unto harvest. This spiritual deadness includes a closed mind to foreign missions, especially Christian missions. As Paul says in 2 Corinthians 4:4, "The God of this world hath blinded the minds of them which believe not, lest the light of the glorious gospel of Christ, who is the image of God, should shine unto them." Hence, the burden to evangelize with this light of the glorious gospel of Christ falls on the shoulders of the national Christians.
Friends I had before, I have them no more. Friends I had before, I have them no more. There's a great change since I'm before.
Philip is thankful that God has called him out of this pagan country to reach the people of India for God's glory. Philip was born and brought up in the southern part of India, Tamil Nadu. He was privileged to be born into a Christian home. Religiously, he went to church along with his parents, but did not accept Christ as his personal Savior until he was 13 years of age. One Sunday morning, he heard the clear presentation of the gospel and accepted Christ as his personal Savior and God. After high school, he joined South India Baptist Bible College for theological studies. Philip heard a message based on Matthew 9:37 through 38. "The harvest is truly plenteous, but the laborers are few. Pray therefore the Lord of the harvest that he would send forth laborers into his harvest." The Lord burdened his heart to surrender his life for full-time vocational ministry. A few years later, he began teaching at South India Baptist Bible College. The Lord then led him to pursue his doctoral studies in the United States. During this time, he met his future wife, Sophie Cherian. Sophie grew up in a pastor's home in Bangalore, India. She accepted Christ as a little girl while in a kids program. It was then that Sophie saw her personal need for a relationship with Christ. Sophie came to America as a teenager to pursue her pre-med. From there, she went to the University of Wisconsin and received her doctorate in pharmacy. Philip and Sophie were married in New York City. The Lord has blessed Sophie and Philip with a daughter, Natasha, who is now 13 years old. Currently, Philip and Sophie serve the Lord under the leadership of Dr. David Schoaf and are members at Independent Baptist Church in Bolingbrook, Illinois.
Hello, my name is David Schoaf, and I'm the pastor of Independent Baptist Church, Bolingbrook, Illinois. I am so privileged to be the Ninan's pastor. I've known them for years, even before they were married, and I've known Sophie for more than that. And the Lord has given them and us a burden to reach India with the gospel. Hinduism, of course, is the prominent religion. 84% of the population claim to be Hindu, and probably another 12% or so claim to be worshipers of Islam. And that only leaves 4%. And 2% of that 4% would include Baptist, Methodist, Jehovah's Witness, Mormons, Catholics. So you can see there is a very small percentage of Christian influence in India. I think I'm most burdened about the villages. There's 500,000 villages just in India without any gospel witness. And Americans couldn't live there if they wanted to. Besides all that, the government doesn't allow it. Well, except Ninans have dual citizenship. The Ninans' mission purpose in India is fourfold. Number one is to reach the lost with the gospel, and that they do. They do it here, they do it there. The second is to train vetted nationals for Christian ministry, and that Phil does. He has been teaching at Heritage Baptist Bible School in Trichy for years, training nationals. The third is to establish independent Baptist churches with those who are prepared. And the fourth is to support them, both by mentoring and by finances. That's where we have the biggest need. Really, the only way to reach India and some of these other 1040 countries is to train and support nationals. Trichy, where this school and some of the churches are located, has a large population, probably over 1 million people. It's the fourth largest city in that state. And there are some charismatic churches there, but there are no independent Baptist churches except for the one that Phil has started, the Grace Baptist Church. I have total confidence in the Ninans. I think you would too if you knew them. Our church supports them. I have them in my personal will. And I'm just asking you, would you please consider partnering with the Ninans, both prayer and financial support, as they fulfill the Great Commission in the least funded, the least evangelized part of the world.